Good morning, and welcome to today's The Coffee Run Live, episode 598. That means that if I show up again for you tomorrow, that will be $5.99. And then when I show up on Monday for you, that will be episode 600. Oh my God, so exciting. So that these last nearly 600 episodes have gone so fast. It's quite hilarious. So what I wanted to talk with you about today, though, is not about the number of episodes that we are up to, although it is a pretty amazing freaking milestone. What I wanted to talk to you about is money. Now, I know from both personal experience and working with people for the last more than 11 years in business and marketing and branding and, everybody that I talk to, everybody that I work with, I think everyone that I've ever worked with would like to make more money, right? And or people have got different money things, different money issues, different money blocks, different money beliefs that kind of come up. And, I guess like some people will say, look, I just want enough money to do X, Y, Z. And I know for me, one of the things in the past that I used to say is that I just want to be able to make enough money to, live comfortably, to, not have to think, to be able to go and buy what I want when I want without looking at the price tag, to be able to go in and build and create or donate to charities and causes that I'm really passionate about or that I believe in. Or, one of the things that I really enjoy doing actually is, I don't enjoy doing it, but what I like being able to do is if somebody says, and I've had this happen a few times where somebody said, look, there's this woman that I know who's in crisis, she needs to leave or she needs to get out, or XYZ thing has happened, or we're raising money for something. I'm like, yeah, I'll go and I like to be able to give generously without worrying or thinking about, how am I going to mitigate that? How am I going to manage that? I have to take this out of here in order to be able to go and do this. Something that's really important to me is being able to give freely and without any sort of expectation back, but just giving and being generous because I want to be able to. So that to me, if we think about money, it's about, a lot of people have got, I don't need to make $1 million a year. I don't need to make $10 million a year. I only need to make enough, which might be, insert whatever the number is for you. The important thing is to know there's a couple of important things. Number one, it's about, what is that? Is that number just an arbitrary number, like your turnover goal? Is it an arbitrary number, or is it a number that actually means something for you? Is it about you being able to create a legacy for your children? Is it about being able to donate and create a charity? Is it about being debt-free? What does that money mean? The other big thing is, it's like, how is this going to help create impact in the world, right? And I know that for everyone that I work with, the big thing that they want to do is they want to create impact. They want to help transform people. They want to do lots of things and be generous without restraint. So a lot of people they'll pick a random number, right? And I've seen this happen all the time, like a lot. I know I used to do this. It's like, I don't know. I feel like I should be making maybe $100,000 a year when I first started. And it's like, I don't know, maybe I need to get to like 250 or like $500,000 or $1 million a year or $10 million a year. But if you don't know what you're then going to actually do with that money, it's a farcical number, and the chances of you actually hitting your financial goal is really low. So what I wanted to talk to you about today are 2 or 3 steps actually, that you can go through to make this number real and make this number like kind of more tangible, I guess. So the first step in setting your financial goals, I think, and making your money mean something is working out how much money do you actually need to bring in order to break even. So there's a couple of steps in this. So one of the steps is going, all right, if you look at your household, how much money do you need to bring into your household in order to break even? So to do that, to work that out, you have to sit down and have a look at all of your expenses. So personal and business, you can do this in both I call these like your money houses. You can do this in both of your money houses. So your first money house is your personal money, and then your other house is your business money. So what are your fixed expenses or ongoing expenses? So in your household, you've got things like electricity, gas, water, council rates, taxes, property taxes, cleaners. I don't know. What do you pay for? What does it cost you to keep your household running? Your groceries, your petrol, your car registration, insurances, all of those things that have to be paid every month, no matter what. And then the same in your business. So you might have your subscriptions, you've got your CRM fees, you might have coaching and mentoring in there. You might have like the cost of your rent if you have a physical property. It's important to know all of these expenses and add them all up together, right? So for your two financial households, or your two financial houses, so your home and your business house. What you can then do is go, all right, so this is what it costs to currently break even, right? And that's without holidays, that's without any kind of fat in there, it's without any luxury items. It's just what's the cost of running this household and what's the cost of running this business. The second thing that I'd like you to do, and I think this is where you get to have a bit of fun. So there's 2 steps to this step. The first part is I want you to sit down and write about what your ideal day or your ideal business or what your ideal life looks like. So have you got in an ideal world, and this is where your luxury stuff can come in, this is where your holidays can come in, this is where maybe your ideal coach might cost you, I don't know, $10,000 a month or $15,000 a month. If that's something that you want to have the ability to do, add that into that ideal business life, right? So you've got your household, ideal life, what that looks like. So it might be a new house. What would the mortgage repayments be? Or what would the rent payments be? If you're driving around in your ideal car, what does that cost you per month in terms of running costs? What does it cost you in terms of lease payments or car repayments? What does it cost you to insure it? What does it cost you to have it on the road? All of that kind of stuff. And then what you can start to do is start to build out a lot of this, where the money would actually go. Now, what's really curious is when you sit down and you're like, all right, I want to be able to spend, you might want to buy a Chanel handbag a year, right? That might feel really huge to you. So you might go, all right, I want a 10 grand a year budget or a 20 grand a year budget for handbags, for instance, or handbags and shoes. And you choose whatever it is. I'm using this as an example. And then what you can do is go, all right, well, each month that's $1,000 a month, right? Or $2,000 a month. So add that into your ideal day numbers. You might want to have a cleaner. That might be $500 a month. Add that into that. It might be $100 a month. I don't know. It's up to you. You might want a personal chef. You might want a personal trainer. You might want to donate $2,000 a month to the Save the Elephants in Thailand. It's whatever it is for you. What does that ideal day, ideal business look like, ideal household income look like, or life look like? And then I want you to start costing it out, right? And then you might be very surprised, which most people are. They look at it and go, oh, wow, like with all of those what feels really extravagant expenses, might come in at like $30,000 a month. That's how much your business needs to make in order to have all of that. It doesn't, and then it's like, wow, that's 360 grand a year. Wow, I would have thought that I would have had to be making millions of dollars to be able to justify that kind of lifestyle. So it's a really good reality check. The other big thing that I want you to remember is that when you're coming through all of this and you're looking at where you're at right now, you look at where it is in an ideal world, where you might want to be. The third really big step in here is making this seem really achievable. So For those of you who are working with people, most of you are in service-based businesses, and I know that you can probably help people spend maybe about $6,000 with you per year, right? That's only $500 a month, right? So if you're a therapist, that might be only 2 or 3 sessions a month. It's not out of the realm of possibilities that people spend on average $6,000 with you. If you're an accountant, that's probably quite simple. If you're a coach, that's going to be quite simple. I want you to just have a look at it going, all right, well, if my ideal clients came through and I could have them spending on average $500 a month with me, all you need to have is 83 people out of the whole entire world pay you that on average, and you will make $500,000. Now, for a lot of people, like I was saying, we go, all right, yeah, but this is where I am now, and yep, this is where I want to be. This just feels really so far away from being achievable. When you actually break it down and go, well, they only need to spend $6,000 with me per year, and I'm going to make $500,000. That $360,000 we were talking about, $30,000 a month for having that ideal kind of business and household life where you get to have like all of those extravagant things and do all the things that you really want to do. It becomes really quite achievable. And it also means that, well, it's only 83 people out of the whole entire world that you need to be attractive to, that you need to be magnetic to, that you need to be like the one that they choose you over choosing someone else. So automatically that the competition is like, well, there's enough for me to have 83 people in the world spending that with me. There's more than 83 people, in the world to spend with you. There's 83 people. There's anyone can have 83 people, right? 83 people is not very many out of the whole entire world for you and your competitors and your peers and the new people coming into the industry. There is enough abundance going around for you to be able to live that ideal life that you want, have that ideal business that you want, and to be able to make the money that you want. So go through and do those sums, go through and do those numbers. If you have any questions about it, make sure you let me know. And I really love to hear what comes up for you if you're happy to share. So on that note, I am going to love you and leave you and wish you a very awesome, fabulous, and ridiculously amazing day. The world is most definitely ready for your brand of awesome. You will have seen that Circle of Rebels went live and up yesterday. I'm so excited about that. If you've got any questions on that, make sure you let me know, but go check it out. It's you and I working together pretty closely for the next 6 months. We have an immersion day every month, and you've got coaching and masterminding and cheerleading and training and everything that you could possibly want and need in order to really increase and grow your impact over the next 6 months, grow your income over the next 6 months, and have a lot of fun while you are doing it. All right, I will put the link up in here when I put the comments in. Have a really awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.